What's up, YouTube? Today was actually one of the best trading weeks that I've had so far in these summers, man. I feel like gold is actually starting to clean up a lot nicely. I took a trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I entry, but I'll also show you the setup that was going to play out beautifully. And then tomorrow is actually Friday. I'm filming this on Thursday because I will not be trading tomorrow on Friday because I have a lot of shit that I have to do early in the morning. So I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase and show y'all the setups I took, why I took them, and how y'all could have took them too. So coming into market open on Monday, I just marked out the session open, so that's 7 for New York time. Then I mark out London session open, which is 1 a.m. And then I mark out Asian session open, which is 7 p.m. 19. And then I just mark out key levels that are very obvious, like this high right here. And obviously these lows down here, these lows down here, low, and low. So on the 1 hour, we're very bullish, right? But we have all these lows, low here, that price could potentially go down to take. So on the 5-minute, all I am looking for is I'm waiting for manipulation to happen before continuing in the direction that I'm expecting it to continue in. So obviously I'm very bullish because we've been bull running through. So market opens, we take out those highs. I don't see a rejection down below. Instead, we just keep pushing up. Now, I'm not FOMOing. I'm not going to actually FOMO into this trade because I know if I FOMO at any time, this could pull back, reverse, it doesn't really matter. And we haven't gotten any form of manipulation. Instead, we've gotten a trend continuation. So it looks like New York session is going to be a trend continuation day. So I'm still waiting. We formed a low. We formed a low right here. Boom. On this setup, now you might be wondering, why am I going to take this setup? The reason I'm going to take this setup is because number one, we formed this low and we continued pushing higher. So this has now become a higher low and a higher high, which is bullish structure. I wanted a form of manipulation. We came down, manipulated, took out these lows right here, and then inversed a fair value gap. Now you're asking, I don't see a single fair value gap on your screen. There's no fair value gap here. Which fair value gap did we inverse? If y'all follow me on Instagram, you know I preach this a lot. I truly believe that you should be watching both CFDs and you should also be watching futures when you're trading. It'll help you. So if you go to the CFDs, we did have a fair value gap right here. We inversed it on CFDs. So because I trade futures, I got into that trade on futures. I put my long position here. I put my stop loss below the candle that took out the liquidity. And what was I aiming for? If you just scoot over to the left, literally find any high or any down, as far as down. Literally find any high or any point price could reverse off of. High right here, high right here. So, got into the trade, first TP, second TP, a total of a risk reward of 1 to 2.4. First TP smashed, move stops to break even. Our break even gets edged, and I was in this trade when this was getting edged. It didn't hit our break even. Price rips and hit our final TP. Monday was clean as a biscuit. Let's go on over to Tuesday. Tuesday at 7 a.m. We fast forward all the way to Tuesday at 7. And based off just the 1 hour, we've marked out New York Open. So we can go over here and mark out London Open, which is at 1. And we can mark out Asian Open, which is at 19. 19 here, and this was for Monday's Asian Open, so London Open is over here. 1. So we're clearly very, very bullish. We do have some gaps to fill to the downside. I'm gonna let price tell me what it wants to do. We could just sweep these highs, continue lower, or we could just dump. I don't know what price wants to do, but I'll let it determine that. We're clearly bullish, but look at this. We're already aiming for these highs right here. So I just wait. Tuesday, what do we get? We get a massive push up to the upside, but we don't reject instantly out of this high. So which is telling me that we might have a trend continuation day, again, targeting high, high, and high. So I'm just waiting. Okay, we get a massive trend continuation. I need some type of manipulation before I get in. This entire move, if you had just woke up and longed it, you would have been profitable. If you had FOMO'd and maybe gotten into this fair value gap here, you would have made money. Got into this fair value gap here, you would have made money, but I'm patient. Why? I need to see some form of manipulation before I enter into any type of trade. So I'm just waiting. Boom. We get our manipulation right here. It's so clean. Fair value gap right here. Wait. Fair value gap closure, we get that. We enter into the trade, and I did take this trade. Stop loss below this candle. Now where am I targeting? Just go back and you find a high price could reverse off of. That's literally just it. Where's a high price could reverse off of? We have these highs and we have these highs. Cool. We go back. TP. Play it out. TP smashed. Just like that. Then we move over to Wednesday. Let me clear out this screen because it's a little messy. If we move over, which was yesterday, mark out session open, which is at 7. Mark out London Open, Asian Open, oops, I cheated. So what can you notice already on Wednesday? This is a clear as day. Sweep, break of structure, came again, sweep, break. It looks more than likely we're probably going to continue short in New York Open, but we can't predict the future. We're literally just watching. Let me look. I'll walk you through my thought process, right? When I see lows get swept and we hold, I'm not looking for a continuation. So what happens? We're manipulating to the downside. We break these lows aggressively and we hold, okay? Get a fair value gap entry, takes us lower, okay? I'm not FOMOing because I don't enter off of random fair value gap entries. I trade off manipulation. So now if I wanted to short, I would want to see this high get swept to take a short, right? Okay, so look, because I'm looking for shorts, I know a lot of y'all probably took this gap inverse here or this gap's inverse here, But why would I take a long entry when we've clearly broken structure to the downside and we're aiming short? We're trying to go lower. And let me show y'all a trick I actually used while trading. On futures, we swept out this low. On CFDs, that very same low right here was not swept. So I'm like, okay, I still want a short entry. Marked out this level, and I waited. And I got my short entry. I'm telling you, this week was so clean. Every trade played out beautifully. First TP out of 1-to-1. Where could you put your second TP? Like I said, we just find lows. Second TP. What does price do? We enter into some consolidation for a little bit and we melt way past my TP. While I was in this trade, I had a TP1, I had a TP2, and then I had a runner that I just constantly kept trumping, skyrocketing my gains. I ended up the runner ended up getting out like literally down here, because on this pullback was when I got stopped out with the runner, because my stops with the 1 minute. Finally, let me show you the beautiful move that happened on Thursday, which is today. I can just take off replay mode. So Thursday started at 7, and let me show you the beautiful setup that happened and why I just ended up not taking it, right? So we get this manipulation to the downside and we start pushing higher. We're leaving these trendline liquidities at the top, right? We don't sweep the liquidity. Instead, we start displacing to the downside. When we start displacing to the downside like this, I didn't take this setup, but in hindsight, this is a clear accumulation, manipulation, distribution setup. But the reason why I didn't take it was because we still had lows at the bottom that we needed to sweep. Low here, low here. Price doesn't grab any of that. Instead, it's just reversing. So what I wanted to see was, I expected this to continue going up. I wanted it to just take out these highs and then displace lower. But instead, this was the setup we ended up getting that I did not take, full transparency. But it was so clean. In hindsight, I did expect these highs to get swept. I could have taken this trade to these highs, but TP absolutely fucking smashed. It's so simple. It really is. My strategy is not that complicated at all. I just trade off session levels. I trade off session opens as well. I wait for some type of manipulation. If we break above a session level, now I'm expecting continuation. If we sweep a session level, I'm expecting a reversal. I don't complicate my strategy at all. If I don't get any of those two types of setups, then I just don't place a trade for the day. And if I don't find what I'm looking for, I will miss a setup like I did today. So once we got this closure, right, I'm like, okay, price needs to displace aggressively to the downside if it's gonna short. But instead, we just keep ripping higher. So I let go of the trade. 9:30 hit, closed my computer, and I was done for the week. So this week was definitely undefeated. I did take one small loss on S&P 500, but that wasn't on gold, which was me breaking my rules. I'm not supposed to trade any other pair except gold, so lesson learned. But trading gold this week was completely undefeated, and my P&L couldn't thank me enough. If you want to learn exactly trade, just go ahead and click the link in the description below so you can book a call to learn how I trade, and I'll work with you one-on-one teach you exactly what I trade, what I'm looking for, and how you can catch the same setups too. If y'all enjoyed this video, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys next week.